So I just watched the live version of Pop the Balloon on Netflix. And the only reason why, we've seen different versions of that show kind of pop up, but I watch MTR on YouTube and he often gives recaps of episodes of Pop the Balloon. And I didn't want to see his review. I wanted to kind of watch the episode first before I kind of gave my own review. And this is what I say is that, like, yes, conceptually it's cool. It's dope that Arlette and her husband and the Pop the Balloon franchise is expanding and is getting a chance to be mainstream on something like Netflix. But for so many reasons, this was not it. Yeah, I mean, it was not it. So the one of the great things about Pop the Balloon is that it is a black show. It feels like it's for us. And occasionally they will have other people on there, but it seemed like it was for us. So this version is a bit too multicultural, I would say. So yeah, it definitely felt a bit mainstream. But another thing that separates the original Pop the Balloon from this version is that the original version has a lot more class. Like, I don't know if Arlette tells the people not to say certain things, or if she gives them like a better rundown, but it just seemed like we've seen people get insulted on Pop the Balloon. Don't get me wrong. We've seen people get insulted and offended, but like it felt like on this Netflix version, they were purposely going out of their way to disrespect each other. This episode featured women that were popping, and it was a series of guys. But yeah, it was. The thing is though, is like I understand having, it being a little bit multicultural, but that sometimes that doesn't work to your advantage because it even though you're widening the pool, or yeah, making the pool of people wider, you kind of you unintentionally narrow it down because certain women and certain men just aren't checking for certain type of women or certain type of men, depending on race and ethnicity and things like that. So I don't know. It just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't hit. And then I think the fact that since it's live, and I'm just seeing a playback of it, but since it's live, there's too much interjections, and that's the thing. Like Arlette and her husband, they just ran a tight ship, and like there wasn't a lot of like interjections and a lot of people that could just chime in and say whatever they wanted to, and that's what you're hearing on this Netflix version. And I'll give credit to Yvonne Orji. I'm not even going to criticize her. I love her as an actress, and she took this job, and it's definitely different with her being the host as opposed to Arlette. And so I'm not knocking her because she was funny at times and she was doing her best, but you can tell that she's new to this, and Arlette has practiced in this forum, and she has a format, she has a formula, and she follows it, and you could just tell that it was a bit, Yvonne was freestyling a bit, and you could just tell she was just trying to rein it in, and I think she did a good job, um for being a personality, but it wasn't the same, and I guess it's not supposed to be the same, but I don't know. So I gotta say, man, and at first no one matched at all, and it's not rare that there are times when nobody matches on Pop the Balloon, but it just seemed it was like everybody was bad. Everybody was bad, and none of the women like none of the men for real, at the end of the day, and it just was overall a bad episode. Like people were getting popped right away. They stood no chance, but we'll see how episode two goes. But yeah, we definitely saw some reality TV people from other series kind of pop their head in. So that's the thing. This is gonna be like the celebrity feel. And what I would say is this is that the original Pop the Balloon probably isn't going anywhere. Probably isn't going anywhere, and it's still going to be a fan favorite amongst those who know. You know, if you know, you know. All right, but that's my little rapid reaction to what I saw. I just saw it, so I just wanted to give you a reaction to it, and it didn't hit. It didn't hit the same. So, what y'all think? Leave a comment.